So by impressing this upon teenagers earlier on in life, you are much more likely to give them the thought process behind taking the at-bats and taking them seriously.
If you're about it, then be about it. Don't be about what everybody else is doing, well, who's looking at you, what chicks are looking at you. It's like, no, 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 no. Just be about it. Do the thing that you're doing. Something else will come along and be like, hey, what you doing?
Oh yeah, they'll find their way into your path. Like if they like you enough, they'll just go ahead and put themselves right in your path so you run right into them, where you just cannot help but run into them. That's feminine game at its best, I think, is finding the pathway of the successful and putting yourself into those positions to cross paths with them.
The reason why I've sat and looked at, these doe-eyed couples and stuff and newlyweds or, just got engaged and stuff like that is not because it's only my own life is a testament to it, but I've seen so many successful couples in that autumn and winter of life that if she believes in his dreams and they're going the same direction, they've got to figure it out and they're going to go come hell or high water. It's like y'all together. And so that is the secret sauce that's for the long haul.
Sure. And like that pairing may look different in different circumstances. Like if I think of video games, right?
Yeah.
Like if you pair a tank and a healer together, like you've got really cool synergy going on. And if you've got two different categories of damage dealers in a video game, like you can go ahead and find ways to tee off each other to create synergistic effects. And I think that there is something to be said about a guy who has his specialty and knows it inside and out for a woman to find areas where he may not be as strong and come in and be a support network for that man. And I think that's one of the greatest strengths of femininity is to be able to see what is lacking and to make up. Not to say that that lack is something that's a fundamental flaw, but it's one of those things where maybe there is less attention paid to that because his attention is paid elsewhere. Now, in line with the whole focus on your purpose and understanding that taking measured risk is an important thing in life, going for bigger and better deals over time is an incredibly important thing for young men to get accustomed to. Because if you go ahead and keep surmounting the same level of challenge over and over again, there's only so much experience that you can go ahead and get from that. At some point, you've mastered that level of difficulty and you need bigger and stronger challenges in order to go ahead and propel yourself forward to gain the knowledge, skills, and competencies required to face bigger challenges.
And the earlier that happens, the more used to that you are. So you're like, okay, I can do this. What's next?
Well, and the fundamental idea behind it is like, it is a realistic measure of the market that people are compensated in proportion to the level of problems they solve. So if you are prone to solve bigger problems in life, then you are likely to get compensated more. Or if you're solving small problems for millions of people, you have little bits of compensation from millions of people, which can also add up very quickly. So in either path, it requires similar knowledge, skills, abilities, and talents to get there, because without all of the fundamental building blocks that you've done ahead of time, you are unable to face those challenges head on with confidence. And that's not to say that you don't go ahead and seek competent counsel along the way. Of course you do. And that's why you have mentors along the way to help guide you and shape you. And at some point you go seeking out your own mentors.
Yeah, none of people getting stuff done happens in a vacuum.
Absolutely. It's like life is a team sport, right?
Who knew?
We all play our positions and we go ahead and live better together than we do apart, which is why societies work the way they do, right? It isn't as if we've got to be jacks of all trades. We get to go ahead and benefit from the fact that we each specialize and trade with one another for each other's benefit. So we talked about bigger or better deals. Now let's talk about nice guys finish last. What do you think about that?
Nice guys finish last. I mean, like, just look at the world by nature, like by nature, in nature, but also like just life in general. If you just sit there and are just this wonderful person that wants to get along with everybody. Everybody who's been alive for more than like 10 seconds knows that there's going to be somebody come along and take advantage of you.
Sure.
There is always that. And especially when it comes to male-female relationships, we've already established, and wax poetic about how selfish women are. So, of course, when they see a nice dude, they're going to capitalize on that.
Maybe if it goes ahead and fits what they need at the time.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of times, nice guys either don't have confidence to go ahead and set proper boundaries, or they don't have self-respect enough to go ahead and hold themselves, and their time is valuable. And so
you're going to let a mutineer on your boat.
well, right. And I mean, as a teenager, your boat is not particularly impressive in the first place, but if they can get their hooks in on you early, they might can go ahead and put you in a
They'll be
really
like,
compromising position.
You're totally running this. I'm running this.
Sure. I think also something that is important for teenagers to stay away from is pornography.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have experience in the thing, that is not the place to get experience. That's just what it is.
It's true. It's true. Like, it's just so interesting if you just look at it from like an objective perspective. So either you're a dude who's looking to like, if you're genuinely like, I read Playboy for the articles kind of thing, those kind of people. If you're sitting there going, I'm just objectively observing this for experience, you want to figure out how to act like a porn star? Sorry. But like, what? That's weird. That's weird. Or if you like pretty much gorge on that stuff and just get like your brain is like wired that way to act like that, then you are going to be expecting a woman to act like
an adult entertainment star?
What?
Yeah.
Either way, to me, that's weird. That's really weird.
Yeah, and I think that more than the searing your mind with it, I think the more important thing that I would go ahead and advise young men against that for is the idea of instant gratification. And it also robs you of your masculine energy and vitality. You can go ahead and take all that like zhuzh and go put it somewhere else into finding your place in the world. And at some point, you will earn that in spades, provided that you are developing yourself to be the whole man.
Hot take. I'd rather you go skydiving or go to one of those little amusement parks that has like construction equipment than do that.
Oh, you're talking about like a rage room or something?
No, like the actual like big yards where they have like bulldozers and junk and excavators.
Okay.
You've never seen those?
Nope.
I think there's one in Vegas. I'll show you the video from it. It's really fun.
Okay.
But like go do that kind of stuff where that's what's going to like the Tim the Toolman Taylor or that kind of stuff. Go do that stuff rather than watch all that nonsense.
Sure. And I mean, it's a slippery slope and it robs you of the benefits of pursuing excellence and then pursuing a woman when that time comes.
It's going to, you think, oh, this is just like source material and I'm going to treat it as very like a textbook kind of thing. No, there is going to inevitably be a way that it just kind of gets into your brain like a parasite and kind of colors your entire experience in garnering relationships. It's weird. Please don't do this. It's weird.
Sure. So stepping aside from that, let's go ahead and talk about you can't negotiate genuine desire. If we can go ahead and burn this into the minds of young men early, I think they'd be much better off. I think it's important for young men to know to not do things just to curry favor and hoping for something in return, unless you have an explicit agreement where there is reciprocity, right? And that's between men and women and between men and men is if you're going to do something for someone as a favor, just do it as a favor and don't expect anything in return. But like the idea of reciprocity should go ahead and undergird whether that relationship deepens over time.
Definitely when you're cultivating relationships with friends, with a potential like partner, do not fundamentally edit yourself.
Sure. And then don't give with the expectation to get, because if we go ahead and take it away from a friendly relationship and more to a romantic relationship, women do not fall in love rationally. It isn't like, oh, he checked these things off the list. As much as they want to go ahead and say, oh, I want 6 foot, I want blue eyes, trust fund, all these things. He's still got to be hot. He's still got to go ahead and have some game for her to go ahead and get the tingles. It's just one of those things where it's about the tingles, not about the list.
And I think this pairs really well with the whole say less. If you sit back and you observe people, especially those people who use a lot of words, you get a feel for who they are. And it's funny because it's not even in what they're saying on the surface. It's how they're saying it. It's why they're saying the things that they're saying. And you really do get to read the vibes. And I think the quicker that especially a young man can figure people out on that level, the more streamlined your whole journey would be. Because it's just like you can have a few minute conversation with somebody and go, yeah, you're here.
Sure.
Or I'm going to go run the opposite way because I see the red flags everywhere.
Well, it goes back to the idea of setting boundaries, right? Is when you go ahead and establish healthy relationships with other people, boundaries are okay and an expected social norm.
And also like taking it all the way back to know what you're about and be about it.
Right. And the thing is, if people willingly violate your boundaries left and right, they don't belong in your circle. They can just get cut out and out they go. Now let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room, which is that adolescence sucks. It just does, right? You're going to go ahead and be filled with insecurity. You're going to do dumb crap. You're going to say something to a girl and you're going to be super embarrassed that it came out wrong. And then you're going to go ahead and spend hours going, oh my gosh, I can't believe I said this thing. Why? Why did it come out this way? But guess what? She doesn't give a crap.
Chances are, next one,
she's on to the next thing.
Like in 5 minutes, like it's whatever. And just viewing everything through a lens of this is an experience, what can I learn from it? And just that to file that under things I'm not going to do again.
Sure. But the thing is, the idea is that adolescence is a time to be practicing skills and learning how to get along with the world around you. And all your peers are doing the same dumb things.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip. If you'd like to see more from this podcast, you can go ahead and click here, where the podcast episode is linked in its entirety. If you're new here, you might want to consider subscribing right here. Thanks so much. Make it a great day.